All right, everybody, we are back. I know I said I wasn't going to look through the pennies, but part of what I want to do with this channel is just to try to see how much money I can make through finding coins on the street during my normal commute. A lot of that is just bending down and picking up coins. Another part is if I find a few rare coins, can I add those up and get those values to increase my total a little bit higher. One thing that I did do is in the last video I said I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this money. A couple days later, I took the money that I had counted in the last video and put it into a savings account. Savings account's only earning 1.8% interest, but at least it's going to earn something, because if I leave it in my basement, it's not going to earn anything. So if I find some weedy pennies here, which I have my pile of pennies, I'm going to compile them. I found a few last time, and if I find a few more, I'm going to put them in another pile. And if I can sell a bunch of those, I'll take what I've earned from those sales and put them into what my total earnings are. I am not an expert on how much old coins are worth. There may be some coins in here that I go through that may be worth something that I miss, but I at least know that the Wheaties are potentially worth more than just regular coins. At a worst case scenario, I'm just going to go through these coins and see if I have any additional Wheaties that I can add to my pile. This is just going to be a counting video. I'm going to put all my pennies in a separate jar, and we'll see what we have. The other thing I want to show you, I've gotten the autofocus actually on this time as opposed to last time, but look at some of the conditions that these pennies are in that I find. You know, they are not great, but they're worth something. Pennies are only worth a penny. If I find a dime like this, it's worth 10 cents. If I find a quarter like this, it's worth 25 cents. Here's another one. I cannot tell what that date could potentially even be, but it still counts if I roll it up. I'm going to do a lot of this off camera and talk throughout, because I just gotta check the dates. There's a lot of pennies here. And then moving forward, I will check to see if I have a Wheatie when I find it. And if I do have one, then I will just take it aside. Here's another bad one. Look at that condition. This must have been sitting wherever I found it for a very long time. I don't even know how much specific Wheaties are worth. A lot of what I'm going to do is going to rely on a lot of Google research and eBay research. Here's another one. That must have been run over a few times. Actually, the way the copper is popping and part of it, it looks like it must have been a newer one, just run over by a lot of stuff. Alright, let's take a look at these ones. Nothing yet. Some of these coins look like they're old, but not old enough. I'm also not looking for impurities. So if something was double stamped, Not really looking for that. I'm just looking for Wheaties right now. Which one's this? I'll put that as... See what else we got here. See, this at least snuck through. I'll give you a... Now it's time for a comparison. This is another terrible coin. It may not even be a penny. I'm not really sure. Let me take a look. I'd really have to clean this up to make sure that it's penny, but the same size as a penny. If you want to take a look. Come on, focus. Same size, but here's the contrast. That's a 2019 that I found. Look how bright that is. And then to the contrary, yuck. Even sorting through these, I just got to make sure. Found a dime I didn't sort out. Not the greatest condition. Can't even really tell the year. I'll put that in my other bucket. Still no Wheaties. Doesn't mean there isn't any in here. I did take out 6 when we did the initial count. And if you think about it, there really shouldn't be any Wheaties. At least not a lot of what I find, because most of what I find should be newer and just grimier. Everything is more modern. Now, in another video, I will talk about some of those kind of hot spots that I know where to look. I don't want to give everything away now, because I want to try to create more content. So I'll do a dedicated video to that. But there's a few places I always look. Whether I'm downtown or uptown in New York City. And it doesn't matter. The same percentage of coins will come out of there. Here's another one. This is definitely a penny, but super grimy. And some of these super grimy ones are because of where I know where to look. These pennies may have been there for 10 to 15 years and just sitting there collecting grime. The other thing to note is I'm not going out of my way to find these. This is just on my daily commute or anywhere else I need to go during the day. There are sometimes the same exact location is yielding the same amount of coins. Like I can go there one day and there'll be something there. Go there the next day. Someone dropped some more. One of the biggest ones is Penn Station in New York City, which I go in and out of every day. Some areas are just spots during my commute where, for whatever reason, there's always some sort of coin there. A little Canadian slipped by. It's a good looking 2000 Canadian. I haven't really been on camera much outside of pulling pennies off the table. That's a good looking 2019. But so far no Wheaties. As I said, I don't anticipate finding really any since I pulled 6 already out of this. But since I did a little bit more thinking of what I wanted to do with this money, and the goal is to try to make as much as possible, one of the things that's easy is if a coin is valuable, you sell it, and you take those profits and you put it into a savings account so that it can Start earning some interest. Still no Wheaties. I thought I'd find at least one. Jeez, come on. Here's an example of a coin that is newer, but it's seen much better days. Pretty much probably out of the mint. It's got to be within the last 3 years. And look how beat up that is. I probably found that walking across the street. You also notice I got a little bit better lighting. Still not the greatest. My DSLR is not working properly. So I'm still filming on my phone with another light that I have. Still nothing. So I'd figure this might be one. You know, looks kind of old. Not even looking at the date. I already know it's not one. And that's the thing. I'm not looking at these knowing like, wow, this 1993 is actually pretty rare. Let me put that aside. I don't have dates I'm specifically looking for. I'm honestly just looking at the back. Is it a Wheatie? No. Moving along. I don't have the time to really research all of this. If there are ones that you suggest that I look out for, let me know. That'd be great. That would be helpful. But if not, I'm going to keep going this way. Coming down to the last ones. Looks like my original search was all I needed to do.